welcome back to Medicine for These Times. Really quickly, I would like to remind you to please leave a review if you enjoy this or any of the episodes of this podcast. This is how we can reach more people. It would really mean a lot to me, especially if you're listening in Apple. Please leave a review. It only takes a few seconds. So today I am inspired to talk about being unapologetically, courageously authentic, and how this is going to help your business now and into the future, especially with AI coming online. And we cannot deny that it is here and it's here to stay, and it is only going to grow and become more prevalent and potentially change our entire world. Anyways, so I just want to name that this episode is inspired by my group mastermind program clients. So 4 times a year during my 12-month group mastermind program, we get together for these special group coaching calls that I call our quarterly convergence, where everybody comes. Very rarely does anybody miss this call. This is the one call 4 times a year where I want everybody there as much as possible. And what we do is we do this really deep dive community work. Sometimes it's like deep shadow work. Sometimes it's soul searching work. Sometimes it's really connecting with each other. This time, we did it on the Lions Gate on 8/8 in August, and we did something very different, which I have done for other private clients of mine, but I have never done it for my entire mastermind group program. So it was this combination of work with soul level astrology and energy healing and integration and intention setting. It's this whole process. I actually did a different episode about this a few weeks back about intentional leadership and psychedelic leadership and soul leadership work and how I do this for some of my private clients. So the way we did it with our group program, which I can't give away all the details because it would be ruining the surprise for those of you who are joining the new cohort in 2024, which by the way starts in January. And you can just email me or go onto my website for more information. But what we did was we took the whole group, and my secret weapon astrologer, who is not a normal astrologer, this is a whole different level of astrology that he has channeled himself and also studied and kind of came up with his own version of this really deep form of soul level astrology that has you understand the soul of this group. So what we did is we looked at the whole entire mastermind group's charts and did a composite to figure out why this group has come together for this year-long program. There is always, like anything, like you come together with groups of friends or, programs that you're in or medicine retreats that you go on. And there's this theory that, our souls are attracting this, whether it's someone just in your life for a 1-week retreat or in your life for 10 years or for an entire lifetime. It's a soul's journey. And, you've probably heard it called like soul family or like, it's like chosen soul family versus like real family you're born into. And what I believe is like, okay, there's a reason why this one group chose each other. This one year, at this one time, at this one point in your soul's history, this amazing cohort of almost 30 people chose to be in a cohort together, even though they didn't meet each other until the first day we started. So we did a reading to get the soul's true path and what it's here to do together in this 1-year cohort. Then we set an intention around this, almost as if we were going into a psychedelic ceremony, although we did not have any psychedelics, not that I know of. Maybe someone else did, but not me and not intentionally as a group. Then we set an intention to do work around this soul intention of the group. And then my other secret weapon, who's a very good friend of, these are both good friends of mine who I've paid lots of money to myself for my own work, for my own business, for my own personal expansion, and it has been beyond helpful. So this friend of mine did this incredible healing, I wouldn't even call it healing, energy activation session where we cleared whatever was in the way of manifesting this intention and then brought in activation to activate the intention to make it manifest a lot easier and quicker. So, and then we did an integration and some sharing. And anyways, that's not the point of this. The point of this episode is to talk about what came through that, which was this notion of being unapologetically authentic. That is why the group mastermind has come together in the year of 2023. There are some people who have already been out there very public with their business, and some people who are just coming out of their shell. And some people in the program are just starting their business, and some people in the program are in their third year of their business. So it's a different mix of people, but everybody's really going through the same thing. Whether you've been in business for a few years and now you're just trying to up level to, for example, one of my clients is launching her first group program. Some of my other clients are just trying to get, their first few private clients. Some of my clients are quitting their jobs. Some of my clients are switching from one business to another, or expanding their current business where maybe they were already, in the healing arts and now they want to add some kind of coaching to it. Or there's a therapist that wants to change the way their therapy model is done. Then there's some health and wellness, doctors, nurses, practitioners who want to bring in more integrative medicine. So there's kind of all kinds of businesses in my group mastermind program, but there's always a common theme, and usually I pick up on it. And, this one I sensed from the very beginning was somewhat of the theme, where there was a lot around like coming into your, as I call it, like your soul's true path, where you are really embodying your truest self that is pulling you on your path, that is here to shine your light out there in the world. And here's the thing, there is no one right way to get your work out there into the world. I teach various ways inside of my mastermind program, but it's not about just cookie cutter marketing formulas, because guess what? Cookie cutter marketing formulas do not work for everybody. And they also, on some level, they're not necessary. What is necessary though is being unapologetically, authentically you, with the deepest courage to put yourself out there. The deepest, courage to just be who you truly are, and to know that you are not embodied here on planet Earth right now to please 8 billion people. It is impossible. You will never please all 8 billion people. So why are you trying? And there is such a fear out there right now, especially, the last few years, it's gotten so much worse, where people are afraid to share their voice and share their truth and be who they truly are, because so many people have seen others like get canceled or be put down, or, maybe there's someone like not liking your Instagram post, and so they're like sending you hate comments, or they're calling you, like privileged, or as my friend Marin, who is like one of my closest friends, says, she's like blown up huge and has this huge following. And she's like, I get so many comments about being a white girl, and it's like, I've been studying this my whole entire life from like so many ancient traditions, and people just hate me because I'm white, and it's like, so then it's like, there's this fear for so many people to be their authentic selves. But the reality is, this is just the world we're in right now. And you're never going to please everybody. And the truth is, if you live your life in fear of someone calling you like a white girl just because you're doing amazing work out there, or, like mad at you because, for me, it's like I have a Shipibo textile in the background. I have, ethnic earrings, which by the way, these are made by my actual friend. Most of my jewelry is actually made by friends of mine. So it's not like I'm just going to, the jungle and buying up the whole jungle. And then, by the way, I've seen people like buy an ayahuasca necklace, which costs like $4 in the jungle, or maybe now it's $8. And then they're selling it on their website for $100. I don't do that. I'm supporting friends and communities that I actually spend time in. But, here's the thing. This world we live in is changing very quickly with AI coming online. So for those of you who haven't heard, AI has the capability to pretty much impersonate anybody. And, I could essentially write an entire blog post by writing a couple lines into an AI, what, I don't even know what it's called, like a bot. I don't know what the official term is for the AI. I guess it's just called the AI. I could write in, please write me an article about psychedelics and purpose. And I will have an article in 1 minute. And here's the thing, it won't be in my voice. It will sound kind of generic, and it will not be anything to do with me and my authenticity. Not unless they're actually taking the information from my website and what I've already written and making it into the new article, which, by the way, I'm convinced they're doing. Hey everyone, just a quick break to remind you that the True Path Entrepreneur Group Mastermind Program is open for enrollment now. We start at the beginning of 2024 in January, but we are starting to take applications now. If you'd like to learn more, you can check out the Mastermind webpage on my site at bethaweinstein.com/mastermind. This is a 12-month group community-oriented mastermind program where you learn how to start, grow, and get clients in your business so that you can help more people, make a difference in the world, and do work that you absolutely love. This mastermind program is designed for new and early stage coaches, healers, psychedelic entrepreneurs, therapists, and anybody who wants to do transformational work in the world and wants to learn the exact steps you need to know to grow your business to the next level, to be able to share your unique medicine and make a difference in the world. So again, that's bethaweinstein.com/mastermind. The True Path Entrepreneur Group Business Coaching Mastermind Program is open now. This world that we're coming into with AI and so much content out there, you know, people are like glued to Instagram and TikTok and even Facebook and now whatever they're calling Twitter, X, LinkedIn. Now Instagram has their new threads. Like there's just, and then there's email, and then there's Google, and then there's blogs, and you know, there's just so much content coming at everybody everywhere. And I have this theory as to what will happen, and we'll see if it pans out. But in the meantime, I won't even name my theory yet because some people don't believe like what I've seen, but I believe that this will happen. But in the meantime, what is it that is making you any different than any psychedelic integration coach out there, or any psychedelic facilitator out there, or any therapist out there, or any life coach or spiritual coach or embodiment coach or sacred sexuality coach or even business coach? What is it that is making you you? You know, why should people listen to you? Why should people be attracted to you? Why should people even follow you? You know, and this is where it's so important to be unapologetically you, to the point where you almost have to say, I don't give any fucks. God, I hope that doesn't get censored. But really, if you haven't read the book, oh my God, what's his name? Now I might have to look it up. The book is basically called like Give Zero Fucks. I think that might actually be what it's titled. I don't know why. I've completely blanked out on the name of the author. Brain fart. But it has an orange cover. It's all about giving zero fucks. I highly recommend that to everybody. It's such an easy, fun book. But really, we have to get to this place of being so unapologetic where the reality is when you are just so deeply you. Like, I know I'm quirky. I know people occasionally get triggered by me. I know people don't like when I talk about money, even though it's part of our reality. And let's get really real here. People like making money. No one really loves being broke unless you're really, really into your story of being broke. Some people really love being victims. But back when I was at my brokest of all broke, which I have been actually at many times in my life, you know, I didn't like it. It didn't feel good. It was really stressful. And it's like, you know, it's hard. Things get hard. And it's, you know, who likes having things hard? But here's the thing. I know that I am not here to please everybody. And I know there's going to be people that are like never going to work with me or never going to want to join my programs. Or there might be people who think everything I say is like a crock of shit. But I know that if I am truly radiating what is coming through my channel. And honestly, when I do these podcasts, when I speak on my free workshops, when I interview people on my podcast or my summits, when I coach my clients, I know that I'm actually just a channel for whatever needs to flow through me to be of service, that's coming direct from my heart, that is pure, that is real, that is authentic. Then that's all that matters. You know, when you are so unapologetically you in your channel and radiating what is living inside of your being, inside of your soul, inside of your heart, then, you know, that is the key to success. That is actually what is going to attract people to you. This is why I always use this example, because I always found it interesting. I have been a student of A Course in Miracles for I don't know how long. I don't know, 10 years maybe. I'm just making that up. I have no idea, but a long time. I first started hearing about it from my old therapist in almost 20 years ago. So I've been aware of and studying it for probably 20 years, but like deeply 10 years, let's say. And I mostly have been attracted to Marianne Williamson, who I think is a brilliant author. You know, do I like a lot of her other things, like some of her politics stuff? Not really. You know, I love that she's running for office. Am I going to vote for her? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe. I do love her. But here's the thing. She's Marianne Williamson. She teaches A Course in Miracles, which is a channeled text. So it's not her text. She's just teaching a channeled text. It's kind of like teaching the Bible or the Quran or, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think what other books, but you know what I mean, right? Then there's like a million other teachers that do the same thing. Some are more well-known and some are lesser well-known. So one well-known teacher that does the same thing as her is Gabrielle Bernstein. She was also a student of A Course in Miracles and started publishing books and doing talks and coming out there as a teacher of A Course in Miracles. The exact same text. So you have two people teaching the exact thing to the public in masses. Like they both have very large audiences. For some reason, I just never got into Gabby Bernstein. I have tried reading her books. I didn't really like them. I don't know why. It's the exact same thing. For some reason, Marianne Williamson resonates with me more. I don't know. It must be like something with her energy or just the way she speaks, or I have no idea. It's probably a subconscious thing. But that's an example of how it will go with you and your business. And just know that, yes, it is okay that there are people doing the exact same programs as you out there. It is going to happen. For example, someone I am friends with is really up in arms over someone else I'm friends with doing the exact same program as her. And when I say exact, it really isn't exact, but it's just close. It's like person A has a program. It's been out there for whatever it is, a year and a half, 2 years. This other person launched a program in the exact same space that's very similar. Person A is really upset. But the reality is there are always going to be human beings that do the exact same thing as you do. There are many, many, many business coaches out there in the world. I am friends with a lot of them. There's some that I even send clients to. There's some people where I say, you know what, you're actually not right for my mastermind program. Let me send you to so-and-so. I think you'd be better with, this person. So this is the world we are in. But the way you are going to attract in your clients and stand out is being unapologetically, courageously, authentically you, like in your authenticity, especially with AI coming online where, there's going to be a dime a dozen coaches on TikTok and Instagram and all the platforms. They're selling something and it's probably going to be a copy of what you do. And you're, a copy of what everybody else is doing. And maybe it's like, someone's even plagiarizing you and literally taking your exact same program. You know what? I've been plagiarized a few times. And what I've said is, okay, that sucks. It was noticeable. And you know what? The people that are attracted to my energy and who I be in the world are going to come to me. The people who are attracted to that person's energy, if they're even attracted to plagiarism. That's the reality, is people see through the BS. People see, so I always say, like, I was someone in my industry who I actually really respect, and I actually do like her, kind of attacked me a little bit. Or, I mean, for me, it felt like a lot. Like, wrote something about me out in public 1.5 years ago. I was like, okay, that hurt. That sucks. But you know what? It's okay, because I don't play like that. I don't do the attacking thing. What I did instead was reminded myself, you know what? I'm on my true path. That's why my program is called The True Path Entrepreneur. I'm on my true path. That person's on her true path. We have very different paths, and the way we play this game is very different, and it's okay. Honestly, it was upsetting, but I forgave her, and I also just decided, you know what, I don't want to give you a platform anymore. If you're going to do that, I'm not going to collaborate with you, because that's just not nice. It's like, two kids on the playground, and someone has a toy that's, a public use toy, and you say, hey, can I play with it? And you're like, or you're on the swing, right? You're on the swing set. And you cannot, like, if you will not get off the swing for hours and hours and hours during every single lunch break and recess, and you dominate that swing, but all these other people are waiting to swing, it's like no one wants to play with you anymore. That's just kind of crappy playing, So the reality is, when things like this happen, what I remind myself is, you know what? If I'm being unapologetically, authentically me in my heart, with my soul's purpose, which is to be of service in the world, to help my clients, to make a difference in people's lives, to hopefully create larger scale transformation on planet Earth, that's my mission and my path, then, it doesn't matter if someone attacks me, then it doesn't matter if someone plagiarizes me, then it doesn't matter if someone launches the exact program, although, it is kind of crappy if someone literally word for word takes what you've written from your heart. Then we also know that person did not write something from their heart. So really what's going to happen is people are going to notice, you know what? There's something about that doesn't feel right. It feels like I already read this on Beth's website, and now I'm reading on yours, and like that feels weird because that's not your voice. So remember, people energetically pick up on when you're not being authentic, So that's where the whole, true path of the soul of my mastermind program right now was all about this unapologetic authenticity, being courageously authentic out there in the world, to the point where, you don't even really need to pay attention to what other people do. To be honest, I'm friends with a lot of, people that do same things as me, or even like competition, which I put in quotes because I don't really believe in competition, because I believe in the abundance model of the fact that there is enough for everybody out there, always. We are limitlessly abundant, and there's no need to have a competition. Competition is something that was designed by an entire paradigm to keep us enslaved to a system that doesn't serve humanity or the earth. The abundance system of collaboration and getting along and having fun and helping each other out is based on a system that is, as I say, and this is one of the mottos of my group mastermind program, is you grow, I grow, we all grow together. This is the abundance mindset. And when you are just living from abundance mindset, that there's nothing to fear, that there's no competition, that you will be taken care of as long as you are living from your purity of your heart and your soul and what's coming through you, that's all you need. I mean, that, and it needs to be grounded in the 3D reality of having like a business set up. And that is what I teach inside of the mastermind program, is how to take your unapologetic authenticity, get some systems and processes into place so that your business grows exponentially over time. Meaning you get clients now and it grows and grows and grows from there. But if you don't know how to run a business, you don't have it set up the right way from the beginning, and you don't have certain processes and systems in place that helps make your business a lot easier so that you can just be in your zone of genius, which is your unapologetic authenticity, then, business is just going to be like you running around in circles. And remember, A business is not just posting on Instagram and hoping that you get a client. That's called a really good hobby. But I teach you a way to have a long-term sustainable business that is not dependent on one platform that you excel in. I think one of the worst things that anybody could be doing right now, especially with AI coming online like this, is to have all your eggs in a one basket. This is why I personally have a large email list, a podcast, a large Facebook group. I use my Facebook personal page, my Facebook business page, my Instagram, and various versions of Instagram, meaning, Reels, stories. And then sometimes I even use LinkedIn and the formerly known as Twitter, X. And who knows, I also have a whole in-person WhatsApp group. If you're in the Hudson Valley, that's not really for my business, but it's there and I'm the one who founded and runs it. So if you're in the Hudson Valley and want to join my Conscious Events WhatsApp group, please join. But really, what I'm saying is the future that we are entering into, that in my world, we are already here, which is people are energetically sensitive and they can feel when you're being authentically you versus not you. And people are attracted to you in your you-ness, in your authenticity. So I just wanted to talk about this today. I hope it was of some inspiration. There's so much more I could say about this, but this is a huge part of the deep inner work that we do inside of the group mastermind program, because as I've been talking about for a long, long time now, business growth and success is not just about marketing strategies and posting things and like learning the right way to grow, your audience and your business. Yes, that's a piece of it, but it's who you be and how you be out there and how you show up in your energy, in your leadership, in your light, in your heart open, your soul really following its true path, that is going to move the needle in your business and grow you from the place of where you are now to the place where you want to be, and grow you even with the potentiality of like so much content coming at us everywhere with AI coming online. I mean, the reality is we have no idea how AI is really going to change this industry or online marketing or coaching or whatever. But, I do know with the amount of content that can be created so quickly, what is going to set you apart from like the person out there who's, got a gazillion times more followers and is churning out content multiple times a day? Well, it's not going to be who has the most posts and most followers. It's going to be about who you attract in and how you be and who you be in the world. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. Reach out for more if you have any questions. And otherwise, we will see you next Tuesday on another episode of Medicine for These Times.